got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
Hi everyone, welcome to Rescue the Persian Kids. Today we are looking at the Shunammite Woman. Our memory verse is taken from Luke chapter 9 verse 23, and it says, and he said unto them, all if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Enjoy our program today. is a bubbling over. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Hallelujah. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Hallelujah. Jesus'
Love is a bubbling over.
Love is a bubbling over. Love is a bubbling over. Hallelujah. To the V. To the V. To the V. Hallelujah. If you're happy, you don't know that, clap your hand. If you're happy, you don't know that, clap your hand. If you're happy, you don't know the other belly on the shoulder. If you're happy, you don't know that, clap your hand. If you're happy, you don't know the say yeah. We are. If you're happy, you don't know the say yeah. We are. If you're happy, you don't know the other belly on the shoulder. If happy, you don't know the say yeah. We are. Stamp your feet. If you're happy, you don't know the stamp your feet. If you're happy, you don't know the stamp your feet. If you're happy, you don't know the other belly on the shoulder. If you're happy, you don't know the stamp your feet. If you're happy, you don't know the say yeah. We are. If you're happy, you don't know the say yeah. We are. If you're happy, you don't know it. And you're really on the shoulder. If you're happy, you don't know the say yeah.
Nature testify of God.
Yay! Today we are looking at llama.
Luther.
Hi boys and girls, can you see the llamas? Llamas are hardly and well suited to harsh environments. They are quite sure-footed, easily navigated rocky terrain at high altitude. Llamas are smart and easy to train. Llamas are used as guard animals for animals like sheep. Do you know that llamas can live up to 20 long years? Wow, that's a lot. Llamas can grow up to 6 feet tall. That's very tall. And they like to shoot their spit. Up to 10 feet away. Very disgusting. Oh. Do you want to learn more about llamas? Ask your daddy and mommy to teach you more about llamas.
Hi boys and girls, are you ready for another character building story? The name of our story is The Flowers of Pleasure. One beautiful morning, Mrs. Marion sat in her drawing room by her work table. Her 6 children surrounded her. The 2 sons were occupied in reading and writing, 2 daughters were sewing, and 2 were playing with their dolls. The gardener entered with a basket of flowers, which he placed on the table as a gift to the children. Immediately all pressed round the table, uttering cries of joy. The mother also came near to admire the handsome collection, but she was more pleased with the pleasure painted on the faces of her children than with the gift. Suddenly the stem began to tremble and shake as if they had life, and lo, a viper raised its hissing head above the crown of flowers. The frightened children fled in confusion, but the gardener slew the dangerous reptile. He had gathered the flowers and come to present them the evening before, but not finding the family inn, he had placed the basket back in the garden that the dew might keep them fresh. That the dew might what? Keep them fresh. And the viper crawled in and coiled itself there during the night. The mother gathered a scattered group of children round her and said, "The fright you have just suffered, my dear children, may teach you a lesson which may be useful throughout your whole journey of life. I hope you will ever keep it in mind. It is thus that corruption and wickedness conceal themselves under pleasures and joys of this world. When you are tempted by seduction or seductive pleasures, remember that the serpent concealed itself under the flowers." Boys and girls, this is a lesson that you too can learn throughout your life. You know, sometimes we think doing the things that seems to be right is right. But let us remember that Satan is that serpent who concealed himself, right, under the garb of pleasure and make us to believe, even you as little ones, that the things that you are doing is right. Are you watching violent movies? It may bring pleasure to you at that moment, but it is concealed. The serpent is concealed behind those movies. Are you doing things that you know you're not ought to be doing, brother? Boys and girls? Please, anything that you do, make sure that God will be pleased of. Don't let us be tricked just like these little children, looking at the beautiful flowers, but not seeing the serpent of Satan hiding underneath them. God wants to use you, boys and girls, and I am sure that you want to be used by Him. In Matthew 24 tells us that beware that we be not deceived. So although you may want to do something that you know is not right, please ask the Lord to help you. And pray that the Lord will help you, that you will do that which is good and stay away from that which is evil. Bye, boys and girls. Cooking time with the Bishop sisters.
Hi everyone! Welcome to kitchen. Welcome to cooking time. Today we are going to make a blue muffin. What is that blue? Butterfly pea.
So, boys and girls, in order for us to try to get our muffin blue, we are going to use butterfly pea. This flour, right? It has plenty
Minerals.
nutritious value. So we are praying to God that it will come out blue. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put some hot water on this and let it set for a while, and it should turn blue. Okay, so I have my hot boiling water, and you see I put some, what I put in it?
Bay leaf.
Right, for just extra flavor, right? So I'm going to put a little hot water.
So get the water
Right.
blue.
Take the spoon and kind of,
Mix. Give it. Turn and blue already.
right, boys and girls, right before our eyes. You see that? This is like a little science experiment, right? So let's pick up some water. You see? That color is
Blue.
blue. So we are praying that it will change the color of our flour from white to blue. So we want to leave that for a little while we prep the rest of the ingredients. Okay? So tell me some of the things you're putting in your muffin.
We're going to put some yeast.
Right?
Yeah. We are putting
What is
some
this, Hananiah?
raisins and some seed.
What type of seed is that?
Black seed.
Poppy seed.
Poppy seed.
Right? And
We're
what
gonna
else?
Put some.
Let me see. Some cardamom. Shout out to Chief.
Shout out to.
Right? What else? What else on that side?
Some salt.
Right? What is this, Hananiah?
Garlic.
No.
Oh, none.
Onion, no.
Ginger.
All right. Ginger. And that's what is this?
Raisin.
Right. And we have some vanilla extract here. Right. And what else we missing? Oh, we have our sweetener. We are using what?
Some coconut sugar.
No, coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar.
Right. And we are using our
Pan.
cupcake pan there.
And
We want to put a little of, we have some, what type of milk is this?
coconut milk.
Right, coconut milk. Oh, yes, and we are putting a what?
Orange.
No, what is that?
Lion.
Yes, lime, right? So we have our measuring spoon here,
This is
and then we're making it with flour, okay? With flour. And now, all right, so first we're going to put 1 cup of sugar. All right, so what you have there, Hananiah?
sugar.
Right, so we're using 1 cup, right?
Yeah. I'm going to it.
Right, throw it in the mixing bowl. All right, good. Then I want Hadassah, I want you to grate this ginger. So you can get the grater over there and grate it directly inside that bowl.
Go down in it.
Sure.
The bowl is too close, sorry. The bowl is too close.
Very good.
I think it. Oh. Are we going the same place? Let us last one to put, and then put this down. What's in the other? Just now, and then nice it.
Right, and now, Hananiah, you can put in your quarter cup of
oil.
We are using coconut oil in this recipe. Take your time.
No, we're going to.
Yes, thank you. Let everything come out. Look the thing to scrape it out. Right, now you can give this a little stir, please. Right.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. So what we want to do now, I want to add a little bit of salt. Hold the container. A little bit. Take up a little bit in the spoon. Oh, that's not a little bit. We are not making salt, my fake. It's just to enhance the flavor. So a little dash of that. Right, thank you. Close it, thank you.
Oh, we are going to add some poppy seed. You must be
Right, so it's coming in. Put half of that, thank you.
This?
Yeah.
You're not going to make a puppy.
Half of that, you have to throw back half. So it's just to add a little something. Right? Okay. And I want you to grate some. We have washed our lime.
Okay,
I want you to grate with the same grater, is okay? Some lime zest. So scrape the lime.
Right, move it.
So we want to get some. Yes, that really helps bring out flavor, right? While we have this already set.
Lime and butter.
Yes. Our blue, we are keeping our finger crossed that it will blue up everything. Mind you, first time we are trying this.
So we're not too sure yet. So now we're going to
So we want to squeeze the lime juice. We are using the juice as well. Hananiah, you want to squeeze the other one?
Yes.
Put the bowl in the middle.
Do we just squeeze it?
Squeeze it. Let me see. Strong girls. Ah. Right.
Just have a red juice, but squeeze.
Just boys and girls, make sure no lime seed get in your cupcake.
Because we don't want seed. Because it will be bitter. Bitter, yes. Good job, that.
Right. So yours is done.
Wait.
Put it here.
Squeeze.
Put.
Yeah.
Right, Nini? Nini, you done?
And I want to add
Right.
vanilla? No. What to do? Okay, you.
Right. So put it in a spoon.
Now I go do this reason.
Take your time.
I go.
Okay, that's enough. So what is this? A tablespoon of vanilla.
I go do it then.
And then we have half cup of.
Reason.
Yes. Put it in. We also want to put a little bit of this cardamom. But seeing that everything is wet, I just want a little bit thrown in. Alright. Throw in a little bit. A little bit. I'll tell you when to stop. Oh, good.
Wait, do it so.
Alright, let's stop there. Okay, thank you. Smell that.
Smells good.
Smells good, yes.
Milky.
Right.
No.
Right, I want to throw, a quarter cup of coconut
I will mix it.
milk. Okay, take a turn first, Darcy, and after give your sister a chance.
I want to mix it with it.
Alright.
A little more time always.
Yeast. So we are going to add some yeast into the okay, so throw it in. So let's just say a tablespoon, okay? Right. So remember, when you put the yeast, we usually leave it for a few days before we eat it. Alright, so what are we missing? So give this a little stir. Okay, so now I want to get flour. So we are starting with 2 cups of flour.
Okay.
Alright, so now we are starting with, just now. Okay, so it's either you throw it in and she mix it, or she throw it in and you mix it. Alright, good. So throw in the flour.
I wanted to mix it.
Okay, but just throw it in and you can mix it for the other cup of flour. Throw it in. And give it a mix, Hadassah.
It looks like ice cream.
You find so?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are almost finished. So you have to mix it like this for me to prevent lumps. Mix it in a circular motion.
Okay.
Alright.
Just now.
The thing is, boys and girls, our sugar, Mr. Brownie here, has really stand out in this cupcake. So for this to be added, how about blue and brown? What color do you think we will get? We will see.
I don't know.
Alright, so Hadassah, you throw in this cup, and Hananiah could mix.
Yeah.
Don't pull the bowl, leave it to the center. Right? Throw it, come on. You can throw it all at once, Hadassah. Good.
The cup come out clean.
If only this blue would have stand out and mash up this recipe. But I think the next time we can use a different color sweetener. I'm not sure yet, but we will see how that goes.
Right.
So boys and girls, nonetheless, trying new things is very fun, right?
Yeah. So time to add in this.
Okay, so at this time you can add in our butterfly pea. At least if we don't get the color, at least we will get the benefit. We really wanted the color though.
Blue.
Oh, that blue looks so good. So look at that, boys and girls. It looks like we are getting a kind of purple something.
Again, blue.
Okay.
Blue.
Well, boys and girls, as you can see here, I think we are filled with the color.
How color is it?
It's looking, off camera, it's looking kind of moss green.
Lucy?
But on the camera, it still looks brown. So, we will have to stay with this. We have no other choice. Alright, keep on mixing it until it gets smooth, and let's pop this thing in the oven. Right, boys and girls, so at this time, I am just going to take a cup and empty out some within the cupcake holder. Right, so I'm just picking up some. The thing about cupcake, you cannot overfill the cup, right? So let's say if you put a little more than what, half?
Yes, half. Half, yeah.
And that should be it.
Yes. That could be it.
What do you guys think? It looks nice?
Yes. Yeah.
We feel any color, but that's okay. Sometimes life, we doesn't always get what we want, but we have to be cheerful. It looks green, yes. Off camera though.
And again, it is a nice color.
So I guess we learned something. You know what we learned?
No.
That blue, royal blue, and brown really gives us a kind of moss green. So at least we learned something, right?
Yeah. Green. Green.
And you know what's the good thing about it again? We don't eat the color, we are going to eat the muffin. So it doesn't matter what color it is, we are going to eat it still.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Alright, don't touch it, don't touch it.
2 more to go.
Don't touch it. How much more to go?
1 more now.
Ah.
And let's do this. I will still remain back with remainders.
So you know what we're going to do? Well, I'm going to see if I get a small.
I didn't do this.
No, we're not
Chocolate
licking
one?
it, remember?
Small
No.
chocolate one.
We will just see if we can bake it in something else. Because we do not have.
I still call it a muffin.
We can call it anything we want, you know.
Sweet bread.
Right. So you see that, boys and girls?
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to pop this in the oven until it raise and it's cooked through and through. Your parents will know when that is, okay? But make sure you preheat the oven first. Okay, so what I've done, I just divided the little that remained within all, okay? Alright, so this is our finished product. We know it is done because our fork came out clean. Okay. So this is our cupcake or muffin. It more looks like a cupcake. Soft and nice. Hi boys and girls, are you ready for another story? We are continuing in the book 2 Kings chapter 4 and I'm reading from verse 8. And it fell on a day that Elisha passed to Shunem, where was a great woman, and she constrained him to eat bread. And so it was that as oft as he passed by, he turned in thither to eat bread. And she said unto her husband, Behold now, I perceive that this is an holy man of God, which passeth by us continually. Let us make a little chamber, I pray thee, on the wall, and let us set for him there a bed, and a table, and a stool, and a candlestick. And it shall be, when he cometh to us, that he shall turn in thither. And it fell on a day that he came thither, and he turned into the chamber, and lay there. And he said unto Gehazi, his servant, Call this Shunammite woman. And when he had called her, she stood before him. And he said unto him, Say now unto her, Behold, thou hast been careful for us with all this care. What is to be done for thee? Wouldest thou be spoken for to the king and to the captain of the host? And she answered, I dwell among mine own people. And he said, What then is to be done for her? And Gehazi answered, Verily, she had no child, and her husband is old. And he said, Call her. And when he had called her, she stood in the door. And he said, About this season, according to the time of life, thou shalt embrace a son. And she said, Nay, my lord, thou man of God, do not lie unto thy man's handmaid. And the woman conceived and bare a son at that season that Elisha had said unto her, according to the time of life. And When the child was grown, it fell on a day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, My head, my head. And he said to a lad, Carry him to his mother. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon and then died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God, and shut the door upon him, and went out. And she called unto her husband and said, Send me, I pray thee, one of the young men and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of God and come again. And he said, Wherefore wilt thou go to him today? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, It will be well. Then she saddled the ass and said to her servant, Drive and go forward. Slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee. So she went and came unto the man of God to Mount Carmel. And it came to pass, when the man of God saw her afar off, that he said to Gehazi, his servant, Behold, yonder is that Shunammite. Run now, I pray thee, to meet her, and say unto her, Is it well with thee? Is it well with thy husband? Is it well with thy child? And she answered, It is well. And when she came to the man of God, to the hill, she caught him by the feet. But Gehazi came near to thrust her away. And the man of God said, Let her alone, for her soul is vexed within her. And the Lord had hid it from me, and had not told me. Then she said, Did I desire a son of my Lord? Did I not say, Do not deceive me? Then he said to Gehazi, Gird up thy loins, and take my staff in thine hand, and go thy way. If thou meet any man, salute him not, and if any salute thee, answer him not again. And lay my staff upon the face of the child. And the mother of the child said, As the Lord liveth, and as my soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And he arose and followed her. And Gehazi passed on before them, and laid the staff upon the face of the child. But there was neither voice nor hearing. Wherefore he went again to meet him, and told him, saying, The child is not awakened. And when Elisha was come into the house, behold, the child was dead, and laid upon his bed. He went in therefore, and shut the door upon them twain, and prayed unto the Lord. And he went up and lay upon the child, and put his mouth upon his mouth, and his eyes upon his eyes, and his hands upon his hands, and he stretched himself upon the child. And the flesh of the child waxed warm. And he returned and walked in the house to and fro, and went up and stretched himself upon him. And the child sneezed 7 times. Achoo! 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 Sneezed 7 times. And the child opened his eyes. And he called Gehazi and said, Call the Shunammite. So he called her, and when she was come in unto him, he said, Take up thy son.
Then she went in and fell at his feet and bowed herself to the ground and took up her son and went out. And Elisha came again to Gilgal, and there was a drought in the land. And the son of the prophet, boys and girls, join us next week for another story.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul.